Oh, dang.
down there.
That's awesome. I used to just hang out in the Valley of Spirit in an empty house. A house that was totally empty, except for one NPC who I refer to as my orc manservant.
You were solo RPing in Orgrimmar?
No, I would have friends over, obviously.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Jeez, get those jackets.
Hi, chat.
Show them in.
That's it. How are you guys?
100 of nothing. If you can name the game we're talking about. Although I think we said a town. So.
I think I said Orgrimmar, yeah.
Shit, I've given it away to most people born in the last 20 years.
You'll never guess what game I was playing where I was on the Citadel.
Mass Effect?
Endorsing
Diablo. It must be
That's
Diablo.
what, like children playing
Halo?
this game. I was breastfeeding my child while raiding.
Oh my god.
Because I am that character from the fucking guild.
I was the raid leader that was running back and forth between the bathroom and the game to vomit between poles, going, so this time, DPS, don't stand on the left. Okay, Paul.
Very well.
They're like, is the raid leader gonna make it? I'm like, so long as you kill this goddamn boss.
Your incompetence is sickening me.
I had severe food poisoning. I was down for days.
Hey.
The entire time you played WoW?
Yeah.
That's not your friggin' guild's fault.
No, that's why I was there for like 7 hours of vomiting between poles. I was there.
Jesus. Okay, so secret tunnels.
Secret tunnels. That's right. That's right.
So we're taking up the rear. The rogues are leading the path in the dangerous tunnel, man.
Well, Donkor is just gonna sit on the corner here and be like, "Well, it continues."
Not to be philosophical, but must always do.
Secret tunnel. That's where we are.
Donk. The big donk.
Temtech knows.
He's gonna wait until now. People are going to pass in front of him.
Wait, you're gonna hug the corner?
He's on the wall. He's in the corner now.
Okay, I'll pass and go to the next hallway.
All right.
Wow, that is an interesting line of sight you have given me.
You pass onto the next hallway.
I guess I'll just go up through this tunnel.
And it seems to lead through a similar situation where it looks almost as if the wall has some slight transparency on this end.
Yeah, I was going to shout back something, but I figured it was like the last wall and I wouldn't be able to disclose the information.
I mean, you could say something.
Well, I mean, like what I see beyond said wall, because I can't see through the wall, correct?
No, it's faint, right? Like it's like a thin sheet or layer that's just between your vision in this case.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured. It looks like there's another wall up here that we can walk through. So I'm gonna check things and words and stuff. I'm gonna use perception before I go down this hallway.
Okay.
This last hallway.
Sure, go for it. Yeah, it's a
Seems
hallway.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a hallway.
So I walk down to the end of the hallway, and then I kind of like take my dagger and stick it through. Just the dagger, not my hand.
Sure. Yeah, it passes just through. There's no resistance whatsoever. It is an illusion after all.
Looks good.
All right, I'll step a claw in.
Is this the part where we leave him?
I think we're supposed to.
Wait, aren't you supposed to be the one babysitting me now?
I was offering to lead this tunnel expedition, but the rogues were really adamant that they go first.
I just wanted to go through the illusionary wall.
This is why you don't get a German Shepherd. They never leave you alone.
Right?
That's his couch, by the way.
Pilakka passes by.
Sorry.
She seems to quickly follow up. When she follows up, you can see that Xanjafar is at the end of the hall. He's playing with a knife. Not to much surprise.
It's Shia LaBeouf.
Put his hand through a wall. Shy little.
I assume another illusion.
Xanjafar. He's
Oh, hey, cool. I can find this.
Pilakka's talking to you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it looks like it's good to go. I didn't lose any fingers like another rogue.
Well, after
I
you.
still have my hand. Just cut.
Shots.
So I'm gonna go ahead and step through to the next hallway.
You got it. You pass through.
Oh.
It reveals before you that there is a series of descending stairs. Oh, excuse me. It's ascending stairs. They lead upward. There is an arch to your right, though it's closed. The doors are sealed, as they have been for many, many years.
I'll break on through to the other side as well.
Break on through to the other side. Neferani's all the way back there.
Good thing we don't have a fear of the dark. Sorry.
I'm bringing
I
up
think
the
we're not-
rear.
We don't have a party member having an existential crisis way in the back.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
That was the Doors reference. Never mind.
Was it? I've never heard of that band. Did they knew?
Yeah, they're reformed. I've got nothing.
Oh, the pain in his soul. You can see it.
I fucking love the Doors, but we're good.
Pilakka. It leads upward. Do you take the steps? Do you ascend to the next door, or do you deal with the one to your right?
No, I'm sitting on the steps.
Okay,
I'm just tired.
makes sense. Halls, twists, and turns that have befallen you, each of you. You've relied on your skills to get you this far. You're certainly going to have to rely on those to get you out.
I say we take the door on the right, but that's just me.
I'm down with this. I concur.
Xanjafar weighs in. Pilakka agrees.
Oh, looks like here we go.
Good. Abasi, Donkor. Donkor struggles. lot.
Donkor struggles. Abasi also struggles. Door's
Abasi,
heavy.
yes, it is. It's a weighty old boy.
You wanna try it? You wanna try again? Really lean into this.
Yeah, it's not.
Would you lads like some help?
Oh, do you see a lever? Cause you know.
I'll come up and try to push.
Sure.
Xanjafar's just gonna lean against the wall. I'm gonna lean against the wall and just sit there.
I'm gonna act like I'm pushing Abasi from behind, but I just cast guidance on him.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
That's so
You
funny.
guided me through the door.
You did, in fact.
I helped.
Everybody continues to push and push and push before finally Abasi just gets his feet about him, and then he can guide this door. With grunt strength, he's able to push the door away from you.
If
You're
anyone
welcome.
asks, the sand is really uneven. You can't really get a punch. It's not you. Shut up.
You're welcome.
It opens to another 5-foot hallway. But before you is, for all intents and purposes, what looks to be a stone wall.
Ah, the holy supply closet of Akintepi.
Yeah,
What
that's
kind of
cool.
supplies?
Bleach.
It's empty.
Hmm.
I wanna
Oh,
I wanna go in the room.
there's a nice supply closet here.
Like, why would a random room? Does it have anything in the room at all? Like, when I step into the room, do I any objects, vases?
Can I tap this wall?
You can.
We found illusionary walls. Does any of this shit give way?
No, it doesn't seem to give way. As far as you can tell, it seems to be sandstone. Again, unscathed for nearly many, many lifetimes. Thousands of years, even. You don't see anything that kind of sticks out to you.
Can I use dungeoneering to figure out where we are?
Hey, you can try.
Oh shit! Something I can try.
I want to do the same thing. 'Cause I'm never gonna use it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you might do better than I did. So
Uh,
I rolled real poorly.
Sure, you know what? I'll do it too.
Oh my god!
wow.
One of us knows what's going on.
Xanjafar, Abasi, you can't really recall the twist, the steps, the angle of it. It's not working out. But Donkor, you feel like you are inside, or at least you're nearest to that octagonal room, the room with the sarcophagus. If your guess is right, you would have to believe and venture to believe that opposite this wall is likely the sarcophagus room.
So, more than likely, we might actually be right next to the room we didn't want to go into. Well, wanted to go into, but can't do anything in yet. If that makes sense.
Detect magic.
And of course.
You cast Detect Magic, and it appears to just be a stone wall.
How about the floor? The southern wall.
Looks fine. Everything appears to be just normal.
So, I'm going to lead myself to believe that there's probably a switch or mechanism that'll lead us back into that room, but we haven't found it, and the only observant one seems to be Neferani.
I guess none of us have really looked either.
I want to look at the ceiling to see if there's like any like crawl spaces I can get into, or any like anything on the ceiling.
Yeah, nothing really kind of leaps out at you.
So is a broom closet. Sweet.
Could be.
You know, I bet if we kept one of those beetles alive, it could have dug through the wall.
Yikes.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to take my time trying to tame something that's deaf.
You got something against the hearingly impaired?
No, I'm just too impatient.
Oh, that actually makes a lot more sense.
Donkor saying this, realizing he's not entirely impatient.
But Abasi immediately agreed that he's impatient.
So from here, remember, the floor is completely open. It doesn't have to just be like the same two that are bantering back and forth. If anybody would like to try anything.
I'm very quiet in character, so I'm kind of still processing.
Well, the only way that seems to go is to this doorway in front of us, so... anyone bar for the course want to go next?
Abasi pushes by immediately.
And Abasi, there he goes.
I'll open the door, but first I do want... I'm gonna have more expertise than I am. See, this man knows what's going on. Make sure I don't blow up, thank you. There's been enough bullshit in this tomb to last me 2 or 3 lifetimes.
I look for any traps or bad things.
I love how they're both positioned around the corner.
They're learning quickly.
Watch these idiots blow up.
You know, it looks fine. You don't see anything that kind of leaps out. At this point, you're most certain that you stumbled through a secret door. Why would they trap something through a secret door? More importantly, what might they be hiding? A false wall, an illusion of sorts.
I'm going to assist you.
My rolls have been pretty shit lately for opening doors.
Never assume there's only one layer of traps.
I'm gonna assist as well.
Okay.
You know, do something. Try to do something. Let's see.
Sure.
Let's hear another 7. Oh, 10, even better. You know.
Okay. You push, and with your combined efforts, you're able to break the seal. The age of dust, decay, anything that may have lingered in the crevice here that was preventing the door from being opened, with a little bit of effort, and of which you've just applied, it's going to free the door. And you've stumbled onto something wholly different than what you may have expected.
Ooh. I like that. Well,
This is my kind of room.
what is that on the floor?
Abasi. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No.
Abasi, you are a bit more used to seeing rooms like this. This is something that is inside every tomb, a temple of sorts. That is, there are rooms that are guided specifically for having graven goods. Goods that were designed to either assist in any burial practices, assist in leaving some of their remnants behind that could have just not been used at the time. Their positioning likely not as valuable, or what they may have decided to not take with them, but they thought it was important to keep here, to not pass on to anyone that may be left behind.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the shrine. This is Akentepe's throwaways, for the lack of a better word.
If they're throwaways, he wouldn't mind if we helped ourselves.
Yes, this room holds several neatly arrayed chests, boxes, and urns. The dust of centuries covers every surface. The only exit is a set of stone double doors to the south.
You know, I think you've actually found the one place in this entire area that the gods wouldn't rip you apart for taking.
Can I get some perceptions, please, from everybody in the room?
Sure, also detect magic.
Yeah.
The roof is a giant spider.
Oh no.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Abasi, you are the only person that sees this.
Oh, fuck.
You are the only person that sees this.
That means it had a high DC. What in this room is a mimic?
The chest.
I'm out. Fuck
Nope.
this room.
The right wall, the eastern wall itself, seems to have fractures. Cracks in it, shouldn't have been here.
I knew it. Is that a pressure plate? I'm sorry.
On the wall?
No. On the floor.
Nope.
Oh, this thing in front of us?
Yeah, I was like, is that a pressure plate? I want to step on.
That
No,
would be
that's-
the most obvious pressure plate.
I
Dude,
know.
come
That's
on
why
now.
I got excited.
That's the kind of shit we would fall for.
That's what you call. That's the fucking loot right there, bud.
That's a jar.
Is it a jar?
I want loot.
That is a jar.
It's more Nard.
Stand on the jar and T-pose.
You can see the wall behind said jar, however, is fractured. It is cracked. And to the untrained eye, they just might believe that time had done this, or another of those mining beetles may have attempted to come through and then gave up before reaching its prize. However, you believe otherwise. The rest of the walls just have the naturally defined stone blocks and the cuts in them. Any fractures are very minor. This particular wall has heaps of cracks in it. Many.
Abasi takes off his glove, leans over the pot, and kind of feels for a little bit of airflow.
No airflow. Nothing that you can feel as in regards to that. But you don't believe that the wall is very thick.
Xanjafar, give me a hand here. Let's move this. Let's scooch it. He's trying to move the pot further north so you can get better access to the wall.
What would it be? What would I use if I want to be really careful with something? Would that be strength or dexterity?
Dexterity is more for finesse, more for care. Strength is brute force.
Okay, so I would use dexterity to make sure that I don't break something.
But we are, our goal is to be careful with it. It's Abasi's thing since he got here is that he didn't want to break anything that was worth money in case the gods got pissed.
Right.
Now, Pilakka, in your... It honestly, for you, for Nick here, did Pilakka cast Detect Magic inside of this room?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Why are you so scared of your own spells now?
you definitely,
I really am.
you definitely are aware that the wall that they're focusing on, because your attention was drawn more to the crates, the vases, the urns, the chests. This wall has tinges of magic that dance over the top of it.
Alt!
Abasi's like frozen trying to pick up the pot.
I'm altered.
Do not touch the wall. It is enchanted. A moment, please. Can I tell what school it's from?
Give me a spellcraft.
Yes, sir.
Can we move the jar still, or?
Yeah, you totally can.
I can carry in this here. Or what?
Yeah, let's move this over to the other side before I break this.
We're just standing there holding it frozen.
Pilakka, you don't really know exactly what spell it is, but you read it from the school of conjuration.
Conjuration. It's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
Perhaps another illusion?
Can you conjure illusions?
Did you tell us that it was conjuration, or?
Yeah, I get.
Go ahead.
I guess it would be illusion magic if it was an illusion. It is of the conjuration school. That's actually a good question for me. So I don't know what exactly conjuration does.
You actually have regularly used conjuration at least twice.
I was going to say it's any type of being, right? It's conjuration.
Like summoning.
Like your hound. Your hound that you brought forward.
You're conjuring stuff. That's why when you said it came from the wall, Abasi's like, I'm like, did you tell us it was conjuration? Because if you did, I'm going to be like, oh, they summoned bricks? I'm going through.
I think it has to have some type of brain.
As you wish, but I believe this may have been conjured for a reason.
I don't disagree with you, but here's a question that I've been asking myself since we walked into this room. If this is a room that was hidden in a back room, an unfinished hallway, guarded by beetles, through illusions into a back secret room, and there's a secret in that secret, well, that's got to be something important, you'd think.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
perhaps
those beetles were kind of not really, really bad beetles.
Oh, it's true, but there was still an illusion, and it was a hallway that wasn't done.
Yeah, it just ripped off his plate armor and took all of his health.
I'm a little flappy now. You're making fun of me over there.
Well, you never know.
It's my flap. I'll do with it what I want.
That's a word sentence I never thought I'd hear.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Again.
Do I get the impression that the wall is like living or sentient at all?
No, that is not the case. You definitely do not believe that.
Okay.
Conjuration.
I was really worried about like the boss at the end of disc 1 at Final Fantasy VII.
It's oddly
Another
specific.
snake.
That was very specific.
I mean, I didn't even remember it came on discs until you just said that.
Came on 3 discs.
Oh yeah.
That's why the remake is apparently going to be 2 games, but I digress.
The storage now is only slightly better.
I don't know. Especially when most games I download are above 100 gigs nowadays.
Oh my god, yeah.
So I'm in the room because I wasn't in the room. I'm just gonna stand here and kind of look around. I'm still in kind of quiet observation.
Sure. When you look around, you can see that there are vases, there are jars, chests. You don't really know what they would be keeping in the chest, but one of them seems to be significantly longer, probably about 6 feet or longer on the right side. That would be this one here. This seems to be what looks to be made or plated in gold, probably incredibly valuable.
Can I cast perception on the room in general, I'm sorry, on those 2 boxes, since they're closest to me?
As far as perception goes, yeah, it's not really much in the way of a cast. You can just peer at it. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, I'm just kind of observing, looking for. I'm just kind of looking around, while other people are doing, because I can't do anything magical, and I'm a little, gun shy to do.
Sure.
Much of anything.
You hear that, chat? You've terrified both of our fucking spellcasters to the point that they don't want to use their spells anymore. Are you proud of yourselves?
They are. No, you probably don't want to taunt them. We do not taunt the mob.
We do taunt the mob. We make the mob feel bad.
God.
Except for Rangorf and Aurora and...
Post-traumatic wild magic disorder.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, cat lady, is that chest over there locked by any chance?
Which one?
Are you?
Your focus is. I didn't notice it. You got so bold all of a sudden.
Your focuses were a little different here.
Do you want to take a hand at the lock if there is one this time?
Neferani. Okay, all right. We're gonna dial this back. I feel like our attention was lost here. Everybody was focused on the wall, except Neferani. Neferani was taking a peek at the chests specifically. Donkor was watching, not sure what to make of it. Pilakka, in the shape of Neferani, backpedaled and was like, "Don't touch the wall. This is bad. Conjuration. Don't do it." And Neferani, still a little let down with some of the things that have happened, decided to move over and just kind of peer at the chest. Nef, give me perception. The sand and the dust and debris that seems to coat the top of the chests may obscure some things, but your eye attaches quickly. It catches on to even the finest of details. And upon the first chest, there seems to be what looks to be a key resting just atop it.
Well then,
only Neferani sees this.
I'm gonna go over and before I pick it up, I'm gonna touch it. like
Just a poke?
Like I'm just gonna put my hand on it like a, if you're gonna enchant me or screw me, just do it like before I pick it up. Just now, just
sure.
Bam.
You just give it a poke, and it shifts slightly over the top of the chest and reveals some of the more finer points of the gold and its glimmer. But nothing happens.
All right, then I'm gonna pick it up.
Sure. You manage to dust off the key, and it's a fine golden key, likely to match this chest. You will note that there is a lock on the surface of the chest itself, right on the front.
Can I blow the dust off of it before I, just the top of it? So the keyhole's at the top, you said?
The front, the face of the chest itself.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I'm gonna kind of investigate the key, and
you got it.
I'm gonna put it in and listen. I'm not a master locksmith or anything, but I'm gonna put it in and listen and make sure, does it make any weird clicky noises or
perception?
They're so terrifying.
No, nothing. You don't hear anything immediately. You might think that it works, and it certainly doesn't fit anything else inside of this room.
Okay.
But it turns relatively with ease.
Well, I'm gonna give it a turn.
Okay, you turn as such, and it halts. It locks in chest place.
So I'm gonna try the top. I'm trying to open it.
Sure. When you lift the lid itself, reveals that there are some belongings here. What looks to be fine clothing. Incredibly fine clothing. Noble's clothes, even. Locked in place, forgotten for centuries. You also find that there are 2 vials. And a golden clasp.
Pog.
I'm going to.
Do we notice her rummaging? I'm sorry.
I'm sure you can. It really your conversation is still going up to this point. You haven't stopped to watch. Everything is happening at roughly the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I kind of came in the back, and it was just, and I'm not making a big deal. I'm just oh. So I'm gonna move I'm gonna be very respectful of everything and just kind of move the clothing to the side, make sure that's all I found, and I'm going to pick up the vials and pick up the clasp and with all of it in. Can I hold, I'm assuming it's 2 or 3 vials I can put in one hand, and then
it's 2 vials. Yeah, you can hold it in one hand just fine. It seems to it rolls inside of the glass in a way that makes it look more like mercury. Doesn't quite look like a natural liquid. It's some kind of alchemical mixture for certain.
Okay, and the clasp, does it look like it's any symbols I know?
It's a scarab. A golden scarab.
Does it look like it has any mechanical parts to it? That it will open, or other than just from just the clasp, open and close? Does it look like it has...
Negative.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to stand up and go just stand next to the bird for a second.
Okay. Neferani comes to you. Seems to be holding a few things.
I tear my magical gaze away from the cracked wall and cast it over the items she has in her hands.
I'm gonna have the scarab in one hand and just kind of be. That's what I'm interested in, and I'm just kind of handing like the vials over. Like these, you probably want these. Look like they're for you.
Are they? They're like corked, I assume.
They are corked, yes.
Okay. What color are they? Do they appear, or can I not see through them?
Silver.
Silver. Okay.
And feel land move like Mercury.
Oh shit.
Can I try to ascertain its properties with a small taste test?
Maybe, but you can also determine via spellcraft as well.
Oh, just by sight.
Yeah, visual.
Okay.
Like there are certain properties of magic when it becomes an alchemical concrete. It's going to give you a certain like latent color, but you may be able to determine just by peering at it based off of what you've encountered in the past.
Okay.
And it's nothing that you're sure of that you believe is meant for natural consumption. You definitely don't think that you want to taste it, but you think that it is magical because in the magical spectrum, it appears to be just that.
Okay. Can I take a reroll on that?
Yeah, you can.
All right, I will take one.
Okay.
As soon as it wants to go through.
You like so bad on rolls.
Tonight it's been awful.
That's just enough. This is the lowest level of this particular substance for what it is, but it's fairly useful. In fact, you know it is to be more of a rare substance because its construct is difficult. It's called silver sheen. Silver sheen is more like a paste than anything else, but it seems to roll when it's heated, like mercury. It's not something that is meant to be imbibed, it is something that is meant to be placed upon a weapon. And it gives it an alchemical silver property for an amount of time. A vial of this size could probably coat a melee weapon for around an hour. If you use the entire vial. However, if you were also going over ammunition, likely 20, 25 arrows.
Okay. These are good to have. I'm sure the good general would not mind if we took them and gave them to our more martially inclined. A short one, snappy one. I have something for you. And
Which one is that?
Yes, floppy one. What can I do for you?
Snappy is Donkor, and the short one is Abasi.
Okay.
Is that because you saw me turn into a crocodile once?
Well,
Yes,
listen to your jaws. It's okay.
It was a very snappy display.
Once was enough. That was awesome.
Can I ask what my nickname is, like just for future reference of you?
You're the red one.
The red
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a nickname for you, but I don't remember. So red one worked.
Neferani is, I think I've called her the cheerful one.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that might have to change.
Hey, cool.
The
breast can, come
like
here.
an hour, and suddenly I'm like, you know what? I'm already coming out of it.
I think it's funny. Everybody started making nicknames for each other. Meanwhile, Donkor started with nicknames and then started
Right.
calling everybody by their name.
Pilakka doesn't learn names. You're all just blips on the timeline as far as she goes. You'll all be dead.
Wow. That's fucking morbid.
She's lived a really long time.
All right.
It'd be like meeting a mayfly. That's really smart
Yikes!
for a mayfly.
Lord.
I'm a rogue mayfly, by the way.
You called over to me, and what for? Well, to me and Abasi. What for?
Here, gifts from the general. Apply this to a weapon or your ammunition, and you'll have the properties of alchemical silver. You know what this is, of course, yes? You, especially, Snappy.
You know what? I quite like that nickname. Yeah, sure. I actually do have an idea of what this is. I've never quite used it, but It'll be interesting. Let's
It's
see.
better. It's better than Encore.
You can keep it as just in case we run into any were scarabs or something.
Where scarabs?
It's happened.
Donkor, do you actually know what silver sheen is used for?
So, more than likely, he would have seen it in passing, but it's never been something that he's had on him
Okay.
because it is expensive. It's a little bit more outside of the range that he's traded with. He's traded with expensive things before, but not on not on that scale.
Sure, this is a bit more of a rare alchemical substance, not something that is often passed around inside of many circles unless people are specifically looking to deal with certain targets. Abasi, you have a bit more of a better idea. Now, while you don't particularly deal with silver sheen that often, you have seen weapons and heard of weapons made of silver sheen, and generally they're gifts to pharaohs. Generally, they're gifts to those of people in power, substantial power. We're not talking minor lords.
How much would we need to make a weapon out of that?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. You're looking in the ballpark of, just for the material alone, like 800 for a short sword. 800 gold for a short sword of silver sheen.
Well, I meant like we have silver sheen. How much silver sheen is required to get a silver sheen weapon?
Probably about 40 or so more vials of what you have.
Wow.
50 or so more. Yeah, something like that.
So this is a better applied poison than it would be crafting
Yes.
material.
Yes, and this is something that is applied to weapons or weapons made of this material. They don't rust at all. They're peerless, and they never seem to age.
I wonder what happens if you just throw some of that shit in a rust monster's throat.
They can't eat it.
That could be fun.
Do I know?
Go ahead.
Would I know what this is typically made from? Maybe not around here. Like maybe it's. I assume silver. But
Let's find
Silver
out,
sheen is made with
actually.
silver sheen now.
yeah, very.
You take a mirror and you capture the shine off of silver in a bottle.
It's one part silver, one part sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
It's just fucking dish soap and silver.
Sheen dish soap.
Winning.
It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
really. You definitely know that silver is a primary component, likely 80% of the alchemical reaction itself, but you don't really know what the other parts of the process might actually be needed for it. But you know it's non-metal.
Okay, if you find it not as useful, I could always use a sample. It would likely take the entire thing, but I could learn to make it myself again.
So long as you don't try to eat it.
Well, if she can learn how to make more of that, we could start,
By eating
screw
it.
this delving business. Wait a minute, what?
Nothing.
I'm just saying, if we could get more, we could be fairly well off. We have some silver sheen for our weapons. It could be very nice. If you eat it all and die like that embalming fluid, I am going to sell you as a statue.
The scarab,
Tastes like shiny.
the scarab doesn't deliver any kind of magical anything. It doesn't even radiate on the spectrum of magical whatsoever. It looks to be fairly normal. It's beautiful, likely
Okay.
very rare, but not magical.
Impressive, but mundane. It is honest gold.
If I hold on to this at least for a little bit, do you mind? Does anyone mind? Because I'm not a thief or a rogue. I'm not a thief. I say it louder.
The bossy
thieves
just shrugs,
are
goes,
on
well,
your head.
I did say earlier that you were the party leader. I'm not really going to step in your way.
In fact, you can actually have my vial. And he goes to because now that he's gotten this from Pilakka, he's gonna go and be like, here, kind of catch and like motion
Oh,
for the dude to catch it.
We're throwing magical silver substance at each other. Is this what we're doing?
Sure.
Donkor's just going to
He just
gently toss it over to you. It's now your job to catch it.
he wings it in your direction. Neferani, give me a reflex. It's going to be a very low save, mind you.
Oh, to Neferani, my bad.
Either way, I was reaching for it. There was no way.
Oh, there's no way, is there? Really? Would you like to?
I have used 0 reroll.
Yep.
And this is the time I'm gonna do it.
100% knew that was going to happen.
Oh my god.
In a brief moment, your left hand completely whiffs, but your right hand follows up and just pinches it lightly between.
Polaria.
I love how I know that Pilakka rolled reflex when he said, "Oh, Neferani, I'm sorry," and then not only did that roll not come in, it didn't come in for like another 30 fucking seconds.
That's what I'm dealing with.
You know what I will realize? I forgot that you were slower than normal.
My movement, but is my snatching slower than normal?
You weren't necessarily prepared. You were already holding on to other things when he said, yeah, about that. And he just lobs it at you. Left hand misses, but the right catches with precision.
Donkor, you can't ask the cat folk if they're down on their snatching or not. It's like asking a woman their age. You don't. Are you crazy?
Never quite had to deal with them very often, aside from training, so I don't know how to deal with people. Unless you're trying to give me money.
Are you a merchant?
Okay. So
Never
I
dealt with
keep
people.
hearing like you all talk about how you don't know how to talk to people and how you don't know how. We're all people and we've been down in this dusty place for I don't know, like 17 sessions, like an entire day.
You know, the
I
lovely
think
thing
at this point you're used to at least us.
I
How that fourth wall broke as well as this wall's going to. Jesus.
I thought we'd be getting along famously.
I did too.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm a little touchy.
I was just trying to
I'm
make
sorry.
an excuse that apparently didn't work.
You don't have to make excuses. We're friends.
Oh, did you hear that? Nefrani's back. Hey, you've been gone for the last 20 minutes or so.
I find that funnier than it should have been.
I don't know why. I think it was the full fucking sundial like on his hand, like, oh, look at it. Like that was the most anachronistic thing we have done, I think. Which of all the things we've said, I don't know why that's the one that sticks with me. Like, let me look at my Timex.
Oh man.
Pilakka pauses her iPod.
Oh, no sunlight near shit.
Pauses her
Hold on,
iPod.
let me take my earbuds out. What did you say? All right. So I've got the scarab. I'm gonna keep it.
Xanjafar's vaping in the corner.
So, fine, I'm back. What are we doing about that wall? Isn't it magic or something?
Oh, no, magic's magic here. Let me show you. And Abasi just turns around and pommel smashes the wall.
Wow.
Succeeds. And unfortunately, courtesy of how this is happening here, you triggered the trap that was on the wall. That was identified as a trap on the wall.
Yes.
You got just that. And guess what?
The room's exploding.
No, we're all dead.
And there's a dragon.
Level 2.
The music just really
Level 2.
Demon's Gate! Demon's Gate! Disc 1!
Oh my god.
Let's go ahead and get initiatives.
Oh.
God damn it,
Yeah,
Abasi.
boy. Yo, I looked at the clock and I knew it was time for some shit to hit the fan.
Oh.
Okay, metagamer.
Wow.
Wait, what do you mean, man? You wanted to go through the wall. I had intended to break through the wall.
Said, what's
from
going
the
on with the wall?
moment
Not
that
like
I
go
saw
through
that.
the wall.
You
So
just
huge difference.
So we got somebody who's possessed by the Pharaoh. We got somebody who's possessed by me, and we have somebody who's possessed by the Kool-Aid Man. This is a great group shaping up
By
here.
the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Osiris.
Osiris, sorry.
Abasi is the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Again,
I am
fan
now.
art- fan art of Abasi is the Kool-Aid Man.
Breaking through the wall while the rest of his party looks horrified in the background is the Kool-Aid Man.
With the beard.
Yeah, but instead
yes.
of saying, oh yeah, he has to say, fuck it.
Or like fucking I or something.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man. Okay.
Yeah,
so
my fucking, I lost that 3 sessions. Like, oh, thank you.
my friend Donkor.
Yo.
Oh, good.
Horrible things happen to you.
Why?
You're first.
Nope.
No, he's.
This is the surprise. You break down the wall, and this happens to you. All right, let's see. Myself with a 13.
Why? Why me?
A chunk of piece of wall flies
Oh,
off
look at
the
that.
wall.
I'm actually, not only do I get a surprise round, but I get to go again. Somehow.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's a giant crocodile.
No.
I feel like it's gonna be like a stone golem that just like forms itself.
A mass of iridescent blue and black fowl, this almost gross miasma, emits in a plume before it starts to take shape, and scarabs emit from this foul cloud of filthy dust. A scarab swarm is summoned around Donkor.
Why?
I am invincible.
Oh my god.
That looks
Why?
As they seem to sprout around you, they fall to the ground and begin climbing and scaling up your body. Their surprise round was the summon. Their attack round is now. I don't have to roll to hit you. They auto hit.
Because you have the Nard.
Yay!
I think it's because they're on every inch of him.
right, because they're like
No, I mean, they were attracted to
a
him.
scarab shirt.
Correct. You're going to take 2 points of damage as they seem to bite through your clothing, rending and tearing at your flesh, removing it bit by bit, pinches surrounding your body. If they're left too long, they will pick the meat clean. You've heard of scarab attacks, and they can be ferocious. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Here we go again. I
Pog?
don't have any rerolls.
As he said, Pog? Is this happening?
I have an axe.
I have an axe. I have an axe.
Did you use both your lucky rolls on something that wasn't this?
Yeah.
Hey, I have now. I know. I get made fun of a lot for this, but I'm gonna help you out. Okay, I'm gonna help you out. Now, what you can do here is you can open your mouth real wide. And you're gonna look at Jake. Chat. Those are your only options. See,
And-
look, Turbo came in. Bam.
Turbo
Just
came
like
through.
It doesn't work. Remember, I also have a -1 on my fort right now.
Yes, he does. Bean Drew, the onion dealer, Jaden Thomas, Phenomenon? Oh, Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
No.
My brain
Me out of this
failed.
game. That's what it
James
is.
now feels-
Yeah. It's
Another
sorry,
roll.
forgive me.
Do.
Another one.
Another one.
Draven, Rangorf, Nightshade. Oh,
Damn.
Lord. Oh, my God. What is...
Oh, the 10 more. Look at that. We got all those luck rerolls. Now you can roll until you die.
It's going so fast. It's happening.
Just about to say, dude.
Holy
Alright,
shit, he
there we
needed
go.
everything.
You needed every
There
one
it
of them.
is.
Every last
Chat-
one of those.
chat
Oh, look,
saved
5
me.
more. Man, now we just blow it up.
They don't get any more, guys. Calm down. Lord.
There you go. There's all 5 of mine that I had. All
4
5 of
times the
mine
charm.
done. Jeez.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's going to go off for a while. Donkor, you felt yourself beginning to succumb to this sickness that almost swept over your body, but your cold scale fortitude kicks in, rejecting the poisons that they leave behind. The filth, the fever, the rot that they've left does nothing to your body. Thank God, my friend, because it's awful.
It's just diarrhea for days. And you're
It's
down
just
to
way
2
worse.
right
I
now.
had to find a nice way to kick me out this game. No, I'm kidding.
No, you come back as your cousin Donkor.
Yeah, no joke.
Nothing else.
I have no other
Alligator creature.
Right. No, that'll be a crocodile. Oh, or is he currently a crocodile?
Pilakka.
Is my magic vision still active?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Does the trap seem to have been channeled into this summoning of the scarabs? Is it like
yes, it
defunct
seems
now?
it's actually gone. The magic itself is removed. It's completely
Okay.
gone. Your best guess is that when passing through that wall, it set off a magical trap, an invocation. It summoned the swarm before you.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I would like to move. Sorry, my token's lagging just a little bit. like to hobble over this way and then turn towards Donkor and say, please remain calm. And then I'll clap my hands together and cast Burning Hands on him.
I thought you might. I thought so.
Let's roll it up.
Now, Donkor, I've got to ask you. This isn't the first time that you've seen Pilakka cast Burning Hands. You've seen the exact motion. It's like a slight rub, then a clap, and then the hand goes out, and flame emits in a cone. Do you stand still?
I don't know if I can even move right now with all these scarabs on me.
You do. You definitely do. Remember, they're tiny and diminutive creatures. They're very, very small. You could move, but if you know what? Give me a will save. This is to see if it should be right next to your reflex. You hear what Pilakka says, but you can't fathom the idea of doing anything other than panicking. What do you do when bugs naturally crawl on you? Because I know what I do.
I just flick them all. I'm like, get the hell off me.
Yeah. Yeah. I will step out of a moving vehicle if there is a bug on me. I am not at all afraid.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
in this case, he would turn into a crocodile because there's just so many.
Oh, this is a magic trick and a half. Okay, all right. So before my eyes, scarabs erupt from the ground, and the magic trick is that you turn into a crocodile, and then you're caught on fire.
Do you know my favorite part about this entire magic trick is that we, myself, Neferani, Pilakka, are kind of expecting what's about to happen. Xanjafar has no fucking idea what just went down. There was a man, then there was bugs, and a crocodile, and fire.
Because it's not my turn yet. But it's on
Donkor.
Damn it.
Donkor. I if you'd like an opportunity to panic, flail, and move out of the way, you can reflex.
Let's try that. See if my rolls are with me right now.
Okay.
I think Donkor wants to be set on fire, guys. Come on.
No, I don't like being set on fire. I don't think anybody likes being set on fire.
Somehow becomes a large crocodile man, manages to moonsault away from flames. Okay.
I'm sure Aurora wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Reflex for half. It's rounded down. You're going to take 2 points of damage. It's also going to affect the scarab swarm.
Considerably better, I hope.
Yeah, please affect the scarabs.
This scarab swarm doesn't get they don't get a reflex save.
That's hot, Donkor, probably.
So go ahead and move your character 5 feet.
Where is 5 feet? Hold on. How do I judge 5 feet again?
Little circle.
Got this here.
Roller.
I got you. So you can go and basically anywhere next to this point.
And I should go right in front of where Neferani is. It's about 5 feet.
Okay. You are impactfully going to draw the swarm with you because they've already started to scale you. Okay. Xanjafar.
So they aren't still on him, but they're chasing him, correct?
Oh, no, they're still on him. Yes.
Did I burn a bunch?
Oh, yeah, you burned a fair amount of them, yes, but they are still summoning.
Oh.
Wait, so they're still appearing?
Yes.
I didn't finish breaking the wall, did I?
Oh, you did. All it took was one baleful smash, and you shattered it. Thank you for reminding me. I can actually reveal that for you.
We need a bucket to scoop all the scarabs out before we start sinking.
Oh, speaking of sinking, is anyone else here running water?
Uh-oh.
Because that hole just opened.
I have an idea, but I don't know
How to implement? I don't know if it would be an attack roll
Okay.
or how it.
I have a shovel,
And I would like to start just
smashing the shit.
out of the scarabs.
I'm assuming that your shovel is in your backpack.
Yeah, but a shovel wouldn't fit in a backpack. Wouldn't it be just like on the side of it? Could I?
This
just,
isn't like a natural like high schooler's backpack. Like this is big, right? Like this is enormous.
like a hiking rucksack. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's very, very large. And I think even those are comparably not even the same at points. But
Like
yeah,
you're going up the Appalachian Trail. You
True
can fit
enough.
A lot of stuff in there.
but in this case, like, you're not just going to be able to unsheath it from your backpack like it's Excalibur and start
I feel
spanking
like
these
I would have a
scarabs.
shovel on the. I feel like Xanjafar would have a shovel always on the ready. Like out of anything in my bag, I feel like I would have it like.
It's true. He
Double.
drinks a lot. He has to constantly be drinking his own latrines and places to bury his vomit.
Right, or bodies that I kill.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
sure.
yeah, he kills things, right? I believe.
Yeah,
Sure.
I kill things. I hide stuff that I borrow.
Go
you
for
know.
it. That he borrows. Yeah. I got you.
Like the mask, borrow.
Go for it. Yeah, you 5-foot step forward. You spend your move action, drawing it from your backpack. Take a standard. You can attack. It's an improvised weapon.
So what would that be?
For you, that's gonna be. It's gonna be D20 plus your strength plus your base attack bonus. Let's take a look.
Plus D20 plus strength is 15.
Shovel Knight.
2 and 3. So a D20 plus 3.
D20 plus 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Or wait, it's /R. Sorry.
Negative, sir. It's just a swing and a whiff. Like a
Even
hard
at
whiff
the
at that.
ground?
Even at the ground. Yeah, they scatter.
Abasi just starts laughing. You missed a form box.
Donkor.
You're the one that busted the hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, but it's not fucking with me, is it? I got a scarab shield. They leave me alone.
Damn, this sucks. Because they can't even be feared.
How would you know that?
How about you?
Donkor wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that. All right. So in this case, he's still in his crocodile form.
Yes.
Donkor is going to take an oil flask from his bag. Even then, this is a very awkward thing because his bag is now so small, comparatively to his hand, and then throw it at the ground in front of him.
Let's see if you do that. Give me a will save. They provide a feature called distraction. Let's see if you actually succeed in just that. Bop, bop, bop. I need you... Oh, you've already done that. Good. Works. You rolled an 18 there. Yeah, I'll say that you got it. You were able to focus through it. It's not a very high check, bear in mind, but even though you rolled fairly low in this situation, I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay, so then he's just going to take his tinderbox and light it on the oil.
Okay. Well, and this is another situation where you have X amount of movement in a space. You would need to rifle through your belongings. Like, this isn't like on the ready.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take you a round to find these things.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, there's nothing that he can kind of do that I can think of. So.
Yeah, it's a harsh sitch, to be honest, and there's not very many ways around this. Well, I mean, there is a way around it. I just think you guys forgot about it. Okay. Abasi.
I haven't forgotten about nothing.
Abasi,
Yep.
it is your turn.
Abasi wants to approach the scarabs and try and wade into their midst to squish them from this general direction.
Sure. The moment that you begin to move in, the swarm parts. They begin to shift away from you.
And I am trying to lead them away from the party towards the door.
Okay. There are still hundreds that are scaling up the body of Donkor at this point, but likely the 700-800 others are avoiding you at all cost. You have an ability on your shield. You recall this.
I do.
You
It
do with
is. In addition, a scarab shield can protect its wielder from swarms. If a mindless swarm attempts to enter the wielder's space, the swarm must attempt a DC 11 will save.
Okay.
If the save succeeds, the swarm can enter the space as normal. If not, they have to run and ignore me for 3 rounds.
Let's find out if that's feasible. We'll give them the save.
And do it once a day.
You can.
Oh!
That's
Oh!
that's painful.
That's real painful.
Yeah.
It's a DC 11, kids.
And I got a 12. They begin to resist you, but it doesn't take much. They seem to start breaking back. However, their target is the large crocodile man. That, for all intents and purposes, as he begins to shift before you, most of his equipment seems to shift under the body, or it seems to contort a little bit and barely cling on. There's lots of things to chew on at the moment. You notice that it doesn't work. Did you want to take another action?
He didn't get the oil bomb off, right?
It took him his entire round to find it. Both the oil and the flint and tinder.
I don't like it because we're in a room full of treasure that we haven't looted yet. I don't exactly want to burn the whole place down. I have oil bombs and fire bombs of my own.
Did the scarab bracelet have any magical properties or anything?
Nope.
Yikes.
My only scarab-related magic was attached to the shield, and unfortunately we failed the DC save by 1. I was going to try and corral them away from him so we could burn them out at the door.
Right.
We could all try falling back to this to see if they don't like water, assuming that water is helpful and not above or below us.
Sure enough. Do you?
What is I can see down the tunnel. What does the situation with the water look like?
The situation seems to break. It doesn't seem to flood or anything of that sort. It just looks like it's continuing to move freely.
So there's water flowing from like top to bottom, or
North to south, yes.
But it doesn't look like it would be something that would take us out if we tried to.
Correct. At least as far as you can tell. It doesn't seem to be building up or spreading any further.
Well, we could try and run to the other side of the water. It would also give us a choke point at the entrance. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think bugs like flowing water very much. You might only get through that tunnel. I'm not too worried right now about me. I'm worried about you, Donkor. Does it feel good? No? The look in your face tells me it all. You're loving it. So for now, I'm just going to offer that up as a suggestion to them and proceed to try and stomp on some scarabs to kill their numbers down a little bit.
Okay. All right. Nef. He continues to stomp. Go ahead and just give me, because you're not really going to miss in this case, give me a D3 plus your strength modifier. Neferani, what do you do?
I thought you were saying to me, I'm like, I don't know that I'm going to attack them. They're bugs. I'm going to try to smush the bugs.
Okay.
But can I... I'm trying to think. How thick is my bedroll?
It's pretty thick, to be honest. It's meant to completely cushion you while you're out in the wild, so substantially, yeah.
Can I? Will it? How long will it take me to? Will it take me an entire action to get the bedroll out?
The bedroll is likely one of the few things that are bound up on the side of the bag. There are not many things that are allowed to be bound on the side, but the bedroll itself is
okay.
It would be substantial and take a lot of the space in the backpack. So that would be something you can pull off.
To take it and like slap it down on the ones that Abasi's not on.
Okay.
And then start like running on them.
I'm gonna flash dance on them.
Pretty much, if I had a bucket with the string, I'd pull it.
Oh, damn it. That's good. Perfect. You slap down this in front of you. It seems to like bound up to the side of Abasi, but as he keeps shifting and moving, it kind of it just lays down flat, and you immediately start stamping, pushing out as much as you can. Go ahead and give me a D3 plus your strength modifier.
Sorry, D3 plus.
Okay. All right. Take some damage. You managed to kill a few more. My turn. They begin to split. As each of you continue to dance upon this group of various bits and bugs, They begin to scale up each of your bodies. Abasi, take 4. Neferani, take 1. Both of you fortitude saves. And Donkor, take 5. You don't have to make a fortitude save.
That's it for me.
You fall unconscious?
I fall unconscious.
He falls unconscious. Okay. Let's see. Is that going to be enough?
Oh.
I was like, I'm
Abasi,
plus
much better.
7. I got a 9. There's no way I don't reroll that shit.
Much better. Okay. You both succeed in your fortitude saves. As they scale up your body, they just kind of bite through repeatedly, just snapping at bits of flesh and just tearing it away. These were devious little swarms meant to do one very thing, and that's remove carrion. It looks as if Christie's coming through with a potion.
I didn't even think about all the potions I had in my inventory.
Oh my god.
Yo, fuck healing. I'm here to fight.
Divine light pours upon you. As you fall unconscious, and you remain unconscious, you're going to heal 12. I rolled so low. Oh my god.
If he fell unconscious, did he revert back?
Yes, he will. He will return.
Yep. I also lose my +1 to natural armor now.
Yeah, but I'm actually super happy you got small again, because if I have to pick up and carry your ass, it's going to be real hard if you're still huge.
Okay. Pilakka.
Do I smell any nard nearby?
Likely, yes.
Does it happen to be in one of these vases in the corner? Seem to be coming from thereabouts.
Yes, actually.
Ooh, which one?
You're gonna get an additional 5. For the record, it's 17 total is what you would get. It
Remember that
looks
0 too.
looks to be the far right, the back right.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I only have a max of 12 right now.
Does it look pretty top heavy, this vase?
Yeah, this is a very large vase.
And nard, to be clarify, is a liquid, not like a thick gel.
It is. It's not really much like a gel. The moment that it starts to kind of like go across skin, it starts to immediately break down.
Okay. I'm going to walk over, tip this jar of nard towards the swarm, and then just start walking into the tunnel. I'm just gonna like bah, and just.
I want to assume that you're gonna break the seal on it. Is that something that you want to try to do? It is, again, like much like the other jar, it is waxed.
It's waxed. Oh, that changes things.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just peacing out. I'm going in the tunnel.
You just go ahead. You do that. You just move. Xanjafar.
I'll leave that nard alone.
Xanjafar, what do you do, friend?
You're not gonna cross the water. You're gonna wait in front of the water.
Yeah, for now.
Because counting's my strong suit. How many beetles do I see roughly that's alive?
Many. In fact, the ones that were previously stepped upon and destroyed, they seem to get back up.
Okay. So I'm gonna go down the hallway with the bird.
Okay.
You guys should,
I figured you might.
you guys should come with. So I'm going to follow the bird, but go. I'm gonna go across the water.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and move your token.
And
Donkor, you're unconscious.
I love the reaction. Yes.
Yeah. The moment they get in action, you will likely wake back up. Abasi.
Cool. Well, my plan still stands to be the last one to go towards the tunnel, but I watched Donkor fall unconscious, so I'm going to try and heft him up onto my shoulders.
Okay. All right, give me a strength check.
Strength roll?
Yeah. Donkor probably weighs about... How much would you say?
Right now, he's heavy. He's almost,
Like lower 200s?
He's mid 200s if you're including his backpack.
Yeah. Abasi, that's a hard pull, especially given that these creatures are beginning to crawl up you. It's going to start eating away into your strength checks. It's going to make it a bit harder. It's not going to be enough. You could reroll if you'd like to.
Is there any way I'm next?
Even if I'm not a gator.
Yes, you are
it's
next.
still-
Right. If I try to help.
You could. You could, in fact. You could help. It's not going to be enough, though. However, Neferani might make a difference here. Nef. He's struggling. Yeah, I'll give that to you. Your combined efforts, one of you at the top, the other at the bottom, you're able to pick up his body.
I will yell. What was the character? You first. Leave them on me. If somebody's going to get eaten, it may as well be Abasi. He still has a healing check too.
Okay, here we go. Abasi, take 4. Neferani, take 5. 5 on to Donkor. You wake up to being eaten alive.
Again.
We didn't even have a chance to pick up the clothes.
We'll get them.
Pilakka.
I wish I had something to more directly help, but instead I'm gonna go ahead and cross the river.
You got it. You cross the running water. Here, we have the man himself, Xanjafar.
I'm going to check the door for any traps, so we don't need any more problems.
That's so. Okay, give me a perception.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. It looks good. It looks good. As far as you can tell, it's not trapped.
I'm gonna go ahead and so I moved. The perception counts as just an extra action, maybe, or does that count as an?
What are you trying to do?
Okay, so like I just want to walk to the door, see if there's a trap, and then open it.
Okay. All right. Give me a strength check.
Come on, baby.
Not happening. Not right now.
I'd like to re-roll that.
Okay, go for it. Let's see what you got. Not happening. Even worse. You break your nail.
Wow.
Hey, that should hurt.
I'm gonna wave my hand, and then I'm just gonna make sure nobody saw that, and then I'm gonna go again.
Did I see that?
Yeah, you definitely would. You're
I
definitely
totally
walking
saw
in that
that.
direction. And sure enough, it's just not working. It's not going to be enough for you to break by this door.
I have one more, right?
Yes, I believe, and it's your last.
Yep, let's do it.
Nothing.
Fuck this door. I don't like doors.
Donkor,
I don't like doors. All right.
you are awake,
Did you hear me
being
arguing with a
carried.
door?
No, you realize you're being eaten.
Yeah, I am.
Just a heads up.
Just in case I didn't realize it the first 3 times. All right. Well, my only option now is to right before falling unconscious. I think he heard we can run through this area, so he's going to try to run in that direction.
Oh, what the hell are you doing? What?
Do you begin to panic and try to break free of their grasp?
I think at this point, he's more realizing that they're not coming off. There's too many to try to keep trying to break free of them. So rather than let more just keep climbing on, he's just gonna run.
Okay, all right, you panic. You give me a combat maneuver bonus, a CMB versus their latent CMDs.
I don't think you've realized that we're carrying you.
Yeah.
The face.
Yeah.
The two of us are carrying you right now.
There is an immediate buck back as
Just
a bald head
insane.
slams into your face, Abasi, and boots return in your face, Neferani. I imagine that both of you panic and drop.
Parkour.
Can I try not to drop him?
Did he break your CMD minus your dexterity?
My CMB minus my
D.
dexterity?
D is in defense.
TMD.
Where the fuck is my CM? Oh, there it is.
Below melee.
Subtract.
Plus dex? Yeah, no, he
Subtract.
beat me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's it. He just breaks free.
So we drop him back on the scarabs.
Yep. You fall prone immediately. You're panic, you flail, you fall prone into a swarm of man-eating scarabs. Well done.
Can't you move fast as a crocodile?
On the bedroll though, maybe? So he doesn't have all of them on
There's
him?
still too many.
Sure, I'll give you an opportunity here. We'll give you a 40% chance. Okay. You call the 40% range. Do you land on the bedroll?
Range of what? Out of what?
40% out of 100.
So okay. Let's go 1 to 40 then.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, you do. You manage to land on the bedroll. It doesn't hurt. However, your body is still wrapped, enclosed in various bits and bobs of these scarabs that are just destroying your clothes, your flesh, and your dignity. Abasi! He kicks. He screams. He's covered. Do you run, or do you try to help him again?
Trying to get both of them pushed towards the door so they stop getting eaten.
Okay. Neferani, do you fight it?
No.
Okay. You accept it, the push.
And can I use my shield's heal?
You can. You can, in fact.
Yay! So long as one of us stays conscious, I can hopefully drag you through the door.
Neferani, it is your turn. Go ahead and roll whatever it is that you like to roll, Jared, and Misty, you're up.
I am going to basically yell run. And I'm going to try to make it towards the hallway.
Okay, you got it. You got it. Go ahead and move yourself the distance. You get 30 feet because of this stone. So you get you basically in front of the water.
I'm just looking for the... Here it is.
And at the top of initiative, as you panic and you blow the heal on the shield to heal yourself up, the swarm disappears. With a puff of swirling blue and black smoke, the magic fades, and they return to whatever plane they've come from. Combat ends.
Abasi spikes his sword into the ground and sits down half on the bedroll next to Donkor, like, woof! That was...
Oh, fuck. You did explain that to us.
Wow.
That didn't you explain to us that that would dissipate illusionary effects at one point? Or am I just thinking completely wrong?
Well, the shield doesn't dissipate illusionary effects. It removes swarms, like it can corral and scare swarms away from them. But in this case, because it was a magical trap, essentially the summons, the conjuration, is finished. Much like when Pilakka summoned the Hound, when it reaches its end, the Hound disappears, and all that remains is the reagents.
That's what I thought, because he said top of the turn order before it. Yeah.
It's like summoning crows against somebody. They only last for so many rounds.
Yep.
I just want to point out that Donkor, who is covered in bites and like, fucking Abasi's sitting next to him, functioning on like a mattress, going, this whole place.
It was a conjuration trap. Basically. Like an AoE, like you step on it. That's dope. I hate that you guys took damage, but that's dope as fuck. Sorry.
I mean, at the end, I'm basically where I started because of the shield. It's just that the gun.
Yeah, but a lot of damage too.
There was pain though. I mean, wasn't it painful? I mean, I broke a nail.
Luckily, I would imagine at this point now, Donkor has no armor.
Luckily, each of you succeeded in your fortitude saves.
Yeah, what was that poisoning? Because you mentioned it was bad.
Disease, filth fever. From the swarm, it lasts for 3 days, and each day you lose 1d3 dex and 1d3 con.
Oh my god.
Donkor doesn't even have con to give.
No.
Right? But how far down? You're like
he'd actually have died to the con damage. He'd have actually died to con.
Yikes.
It's very good that you succeeded in that. Swarms are, by and large, in the early game, they're generally TPKs. If it's not a summons, you will likely die to it because they have reduced damage. They get to auto hit you. You have to make saves every turn, and you generally don't really do any damage to them with physical weapons. You need splash attacks. You need spells. Otherwise, you're basically doing nothing. I had reduced damage for each one of your physical attacks. The only attack that landed full damage was Pilakka's.
That was the worst shit too, because not to go outside of the game for a second, but when Kingmaker came out, one of the first fucking places they send you was a cave with swarms, and you are there. Oh, throw a torch and die.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So how is everybody looking wound-wise around the party?
I broke a nail, and you're really close to me.
Plus, he looks tired. He doesn't look super beat up at all.
How's Donkor and Neferani?
I have closed my character sheet by mistake. There it is. I have I'm at 9. I'm down 6.
Abasi heal 16. That is the last chat heal for the night.
I'm missing 3 health. They're bleeding to death.
Only a flesh wound, a literal flesh wound. Okay.
That's where they wanted to place it. That's how it be.
I just healed myself with the shield. I'm at 19 and 22.
Perhaps next time, the short, loud one will listen when I say, do not touch the magically laced wall.
I might have listened, except the last magical trap we ran into had you tuck your tail feathers between your legs and leave the room. I know there's no way to deal with it besides punching the bell. And
because unlike you, I don't have a death wish.
I thought they would punch me.
We could have prepared.
I hate to interrupt, but can we open this door?
Yes.
You notice that as you pan to the door, he's like, I hate to interrupt, but he seems to be borderline nursing a finger.
Okay.
He's got an owie.
I have an owie. I have very nice nails. Okay.
Do you want me to kiss it and make it better?
Yes. Can you come kiss my pinky?
She says with multiple bleeding bite wounds.
Right. I'm gonna. I mean it.
I would 100% hold out my pinky.
Can we get?
I'm gonna go over and kiss it, and as I do it, I'm gonna wipe some blood all over the side of him.
Okay. All right. Sure. I got it. Can we get some Fs in chat for Ryu's pinky?
Hey, how badly does Donkor look right now?
Donkor looks pretty worse off, to be honest with you. You can literally see bits of muscle where the flesh has just been rended
so
from the body.
Abasi's still sitting on the mattress next to him and goes, yeah, no, I won't say this much, but that was my bad. Here, and he will reach into his fucking fucked up armor and hand him a cure mod potion.
Sure.
So Donkor is going to reject the potion and grab his own from his bag because he has extra light wounds. He's going to be like, "It's nothing personal. I prepared.
I'm sorry
for the worst." And then
Abasi clinks together 2 cure lights and goes, "Oh, so did I? You think I trusted people coming into here?"
Xanjafar's pinky nail fund, 220 bits.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh when you were talking.
It's totally fine. It's good.
Well,
okay, so you have a few things before you. You have the rest of the first room here, the one that Abasi and Donkor are still in, and you have the door that Ryu hangs around. Xanjafar is kind of like, hey, we gonna do this?
Hangs around like hangnail? Was that what a stab at my?
I was actually not going there, but someone's a little sensitive. All right.
I am okay. It was my favorite pinky.
Okay, I got you, buddy. It's all right. Calm down.
All right, so sorry.
I was half expecting to die. I'm grabbing this clothes out of this bag and out of this chest.
Sure, yeah. You got it. There's one more, what looks to be chest. It is a longer chest, mind you. It is like a 6 or 7 foot long chest. It's not as wide per se as the golden chest, but it is quite a bit longer. The rest of the belongings, you seem to go through them, Pilakka, they seem to be various bits of ruined funerary goods, food that may have been left, various bits of clothing that seem to have been chewed through. Because they were not kept in chests and they were kept in various crates, that's sort of what happens. Degradation, various things that happen in time. You get bugs that will come through and start to chew through it. Age, detriment, that kind of thing. And, well, sure, them's the breaks. Everything on the northern side, outside of the Nard itself, is pretty much not valuable. There's no worth in it whatsoever.
All right.
So before we go to the door with Xanjafar, what's the clothes out of the gold chest looking like? Since I'm
noble clothes. Noble clothes.
Okay. And then,
but Neferani had most of those.
Oh, did she take them?
I think she did. Neferani, you took the clothes, yes?
No.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's what
She took everything but.
Okay. Abasi,
and then
you've moved up to the other chest.
Okay.
Well, I figure we've talked about it a whole lot, but nobody's approached it, and you keep mentioning it again, but I'm now very curious as to what's inside of it.
Sure.
More beetles.
They just pop it open and a dog jumps out and bites me. Ow! Ow!
I'm done. Bye.
Donkor just leaves while it's mauling me.
I've lived through this once before. I'm done.
I know we've already passed this, but I have a quick question about the beetle like AoE conjuration occultism trap thing. Does it have a certain range? Like if you go beyond, or is it attached to a certain character when it applies?
It's focused in the spot. So when that combat happened, we saw that 2 of you were in the west side, 2 of you were in the east side, and there was 1 person that was focused in nearest the center. And nearest the center is where that spawn swarmed, which was pretty much right on top of Donkor.
Mm-hmm.
It could have literally been anyone, but in this scenario, Donkor was nearest the middle, so it spawned on him.
Last time I'm standing in the middle of a room.
So if everybody
stand on the side, gets out with fucking arrow traps and shit.
I mean, that's what he's done this entire time, is stand on the side of the room. The first time he's been in the middle.
So for speculation's sake, if we had all just ran, would they have they have just dissipated because we extended past the?
No, they would have stayed for their summon length was 3 rounds, so they only last 3 rounds.
No matter what, they would have followed us for 3 rounds. Okay,
correct.
But yes, had we like shot it with an arrow from the door and then shut the door and run away, we could have come back in like fucking 20 seconds and we would have been fine.
Okay.
Abasi, you kick the lid of this chest open.
Sure.
When you do so, it reveals that right on top is a bow. A masterwork longbow. Valuable. Quite a nice price. With it
Abasi
is...
pick it up and turn it in his hands, and then before looking at anything else yet, he'll just kind of like heft it over his shoulder and go, yeah, I'm still a little sorry about I found a thing for you. He'll kind of like wave it up.
You said it's a longbow or short bow?
It's a masterwork longbow. It also has with it what looks to be a partial quiver. The arrows, the tips of them seem to poke out, as opposed to being normally feather up. The arrowheads are just outside of the quiver, and they're made of a different kind of material. You can immediately tell. Your eyes fasten down upon them, and it is what looks to be a rigid pebble-like steel color.
Do we have a way of determining what that is? Can I...
Maybe. If you have any... I would give you, of all people, the best opportunity at determining what that is.
Do I have anything better than appraise? Oh, God. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Can I just use perception?
Well, you see it. You see it. You look harder. It's still arrows.
Okay, well then I guess I'll have to appraise it.
Go for it.
What's your appraise?
2.
Same.
Yeah.
Mine's much higher.
You know what? We're basically at the Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
I know that's my last one.
You're actually going to be getting a bonus to this because of your dwarven lineage. It is a raw metal, a bit more of a rare one at that. It's cold iron.
Oh, cool. Not
Cold
even
iron.
metagaming. That's totally what I thought it was when you described it.
Also inside, there is an onyx and silver holy symbol of Pharasma. And a silver hand mirror.
Don't we have
Whoa,
bad
wow.
experiences with mirrors, though?
I will hand the arrows to Donkor and explain to him that They're very cold.
They're very cold.
You ever fired cold steel before? It's a lovely time. You can have a great day with it. Trust me, or you can sell it for a shit ton of money. Don't look at me. I don't know anything. As far as I'm concerned, this room is off the looting rules. And my gold. And he'll reach in and pull out the symbol of Pharasma and go, I can think of a priestess that will love this.
And do me a favor, and can you carry these for me for now? I'm too weathered to carry anything more than I already am.
I am over encumbered.
I guess.
Does someone have like a
No,
bandage?
he's just
for
tired.
His open wounds,
Yeah, can I run a heal check on him?
Yeah, you can.
raccoon wounds.
I mean, you're just closing whatever wounds I have right now, because I use the Cure Light wounds.
His raccoon wounds. Abasi.
I'm just doing a real quick math right now. One. I hadn't used one before. 2, 3. Didn't do that.
10th tech might be onto something. He says cold iron and alchemic silver. Totally good signs.
Yeah, that's not a precursor to
4.
bad things.
It is, in
I'm,
fact,
I'm expecting it to be much worse now.
it is in fact the
Oh,
darkest
a werewolf
timeline.
jumps out of the wall.
The darkest. Oh my god, you're gonna remind me of that now. Thanks.
Abasi,
Sorry.
the amount of wounds are substantial. There are a significant amount of them that range from the top of his foot, right? Like that they've just managed to eat through bits of the leather, and you can see through various strips of leather removed that he's bleeding as well through that, all the way up the length of his leg up to just about the mid-torso. Had it gone on any longer, it would have gone up the rest of his body.
You know, I'm just an educated guess. You might lay down on that bedroll real quick, and I'm just gonna. And he puts down his bag and starts rifling through it to find the bandages that he made before we left. Pilakka, they ate him. I don't know what to tell you. You're the one that knows the things.
Xanjafar, give me another strength check, please.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I know you have an
He's just
interest in this door.
I'm gonna use my other hand.
Okay.
Break it nail.
Oh my god, I thought it was 25. It was like, holy Hulk, okay.
Oh.
Xanjafar, it's not happening. Pilakka, yeah, do you provide assistance, or do you just kind of tell him how to do it?
I'm just gonna kind of like it feels gentle, but she's trying to be rough about it. Shove Abasi out of the way, and then reach into a side pouch and pull out like a sort of like poultice paste thing, and just start like rubbing it on each of the openings.
Okay, yeah, it's painful. It's going to burn before inevitably it will numb down.
It smells real bad too.
Yeah. It's up to you to reassure him if this is going to work or not.
I don't say anything.
Okay. She just starts smearing that stank goo on you.
That sounds like Pilakka.
That sounds like a movie I watched once.
Nef, where you stand at this point, you can see that Xanjafar is struggling.
I'm gonna try before anybody can even approach me one more time.
Okay, let's see what you got.
I'm walking away from the door.
In the other room, boss is like, what is he doing back there? All I hear is grunting and complaining.
Yo, he's like, this fucking door sucks.
Do you need door help?
No, I'm
She just
good.
walks over and pulls the lever.
Neferani.
I'm gonna walk
Walking
over
out
to
of the
where he
dungeon,
is.
pulling the
Okay.
lever behind me.
And
I'm gonna sit down on this bench and just pout.
It's a chest.
On the right is a chest too?
Yep.
Oh, it's
That
the
we were
long
just-
chest. I'm gonna sit on the chest.
That's the chest full of beetles. Dude.
Neferani, you can clearly see when a man's pride has been wounded, and in this case, he was defeated by yet another inanimate object.
right.
Rope,
This one,
doors, stairs. My own weapons.
right. Big money, no whammy. Fuck. All right. I have. I think I did. I think I have one more, 2 more. I don't remember.
Well, we're out of combat, so you don't have to use the reroll. You can just keep trying, right?
Not in perpetuity.
Oh,
Correct?
well, okay.
Are you just trying to lift the lid then, Nef?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to do what he was trying to do.
Oh, the door.
Oh yeah, he's
wait.
trying. He was at the door, the far right, past the water. So
I was all the way down the hallway at the door.
yep, right there.
So I tried what I'm trying with. There we go.
And yeah, actually, you are capable of doing it.
Guys, I got the door.
You notice his finger hurts infinitely more.
Oh,
I'm
easy.
gonna
That's a
pull
lot of good
I'm
news.
pulling out my flask and just starting. Not heavily, just a sip on it and contemplate my life.
Sure.
Oh, Princess, if you need someone to take a look at your little hangnail there, there's a fancy mirror in your chair.
I heard you have a lot of experience with mirrors.
Neferani.
Yeah, I got a lot of experiences with royalty too.
Oh shit, son.
Oh, that's
Neferani.
not good.
And apparently I have more experience than I needed with.
Guys, there's something deadish looking back here.
As you peer into this room, a sarcophagus covered in gold leaf rests on raised stone. In the center of this chamber, the casket's cover is carved in the likeness of an adult woman. Arms crossed over chest, covered in thick coat of dust. Two ornate chests sit beyond the dais, in the northeast and southeast corners, and in between them stand two large funerary urns. The sole exit is the door you've just come through.
Lady.
You found his wife.
Or his
Only
woman.
possible. Or his witch.
Or he's secretly been a woman the whole time.
Do you pass into the room, Neferani?
Oh no, I'm gonna wait for everybody else. Sorry, I'm chat. I just saw chat, which is I'm laughing. I'm not gonna abort. I'm also not gonna go into the room. I'm gonna, guys. I found another deado.
Perhaps don't barrel into this one.
I didn't barrel into the last one.
That comment was directed behind me.
I know. I'm
Yes.
feeling very sensitive.
Yeah, I'll barrel into what I need to barrel into. Who's better to take a shot in the face, me or your 100-pound floppy ass?
Hold him back.
Pilakka-Rani, directly behind you, tells you probably shouldn't. Abasi yells from the end of the hallway. Donkor, covered in paste, pretty much from foot to belly button, wades through with this almost dead-eyed look.
Yeah, I'm done.
And Xanjafar, his pride is a little affected in this. He wasn't expecting for this door to give him such a fit. And then to hear you go through it?
In one shot.
2 shots. Well, nobody knows how many shots I was leaving. It's 1. I just looked at it. It opened for me.
Neferani looks in. Pilakka, do you enter into the room as well? Or do you enter first, or are you waiting for Abasi?
No, I'm hanging back.
Okay.
Like I'm at the closest. I'm on the other side of this little, what is this, like a little like moat that somebody dug?
You can't tell what it is, but you can tell that there is a break in each wall where the water seems to flow. It has some purpose, but you can't be for certain.
Is it just kind of like a slot in the wall?
Give me a knowledge, history, or religion, as you seem to break away. Whatever you favor at this point.
Okay. I guess it's either or.
Dungeoneering the fuck out of it.
Meh.
You're not necessarily sure. Do you say anything to the others?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
This is a pyramid toilet.
Definitely didn't say that as Pilakka. I noticed the voice difference.
No. I say nothing. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Silence for a while as Neferani peers in to the smaller room.
Go ahead. Bad at interjecting.
By all means, it's open.
I was gonna say I throw down my bottle when I kind of just get up and shake my head.
Do you finish the rest of your flask?
I drink half of it and throw the rest of it down out of anger.
Okay.
So about half a flask. And then I go to the water because I remember running across it.
I can obviously see down the hallway that it's just a dead end. Correct? I mean, that's only like 40 feet, right? I would have a view that there would be a wall.
Yeah. I mean, at least as far as you can tell.
Right. And then I'm gonna use dungeoneering on the water because there's just random water going through the floor for no reason.
Go for it. You can try. Yeah.
Dungeoneer at it.
You think that it serves some larger purpose, but you aren't entirely sure. You don't really tomb raid that often, and at least tombs of this age, this may be for some religious purpose or historical purpose. Do you have knowledge, religion, or history?
No. I mean, I have it.
Dungeoneering tells you that the water is fresh. It flows from an aqueduct that leads out from the river. But you don't know where it leads to.
Yeah. I mean, can I still roll a history or religion?
Yeah.
Even though it's base?
Yeah, you can try.
As long as you haven't used them yet, you can kind of get away with it.
Right. I'm going to go with history.
Okay. Actually, yeah, there is some historical beliefs and sayings that at this time that they would place trunquettes or breaks in the wall to allow freely running water. And they did this for a purpose, because they believed that the undead would not cross running water.
Okay.
But they would only do this for important people.
So it was protecting the person here.
Maybe.
Or maybe the other way around.
Other way around, yeah. Could be.
Or keeping them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to roll religion too, just to see if it has any, like, if I know which, I don't know, maybe if it's more like to keep.
You can try. Go for it.
Or something, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see what you get.
Never mind.
Nothing.
Never mind.
You think you may have heard something as far as religious beliefs go, but historically, some of the studies of tombs, they've seen this before, and it's been recorded. They've done this for the purpose of sealing the undead, because the undead are believed to have not been able to cross freely. Oh my God, words are failing me. Freely running water. Do you say this to anybody, Xanjafar?
I'm going to turn to Abasi and tell him, so this water's here pretty much to repel undead, and you seem pretty knowledgeable in that area. So do you want to maybe look at this and see if you can tell whether it was to keep this person in or people out from her? Or I wouldn't know the gender, I guess. This person.
Abasi, yeah, there is truth to it. There's merit to the fact that it's something that was happening in tombs. It's something that's kind of phased out, but it's probably an older practice that you may have heard of, maybe even laughed about.
Well, that's the thing too. Is it was an older practice for people to running water stops. You see, like undead vampires, a tiny puppy. There's lots of things it's supposed to stop. I don't know if any of that's actually true, but what I'd be a little bit more worried about here, well, I am terrified of the undead. We haven't seen any undead yet, and then there's water here, and there's nowhere that other dead would have been left, other than the big sarcophagus that is so full of magic that I'm sure if he went undead, he'd have barbecued himself pretty quick. I'd be a little bit more worried about where Nef is right about now.
Can I use dungeoneering again to see if I know where this is in relation to the main room?
What is the main room?
Well, the room we didn't want to stay in because it has bad fire stuff.
The octagonal room.
It's reason to believe that you're very close to it, right? Like you only walked forward maybe 15, 20 feet and then turned right. So
it would be right above it.
It's
right?
probably, yeah. Just if you were looking down on a map, north of it, yes.
Yeah, because we were at the room in the closet. We went up.
We went up a flight of stairs, so we're just north of it and up a little bit. So this water could go that way, seeing as it's at foot level.
So it would go above the doors that we saw on the other side of that room, right? If I draw a map.
Or into whatever room that was. Because we never went to go check that out.
Yeah, we didn't check that door.
Neferani, you've had a slew of bad luck this particular session. Magic has not been your friend, and it sort of led you to this like remote defeatist mindset for at least a little while, but nothing gets you down for long. And you do bounce back, especially knowing that you're able to best the strength of boys regularly. You look on to this sarcophagus, which is, believably so, significantly longer than most natural humans, or even medium-sized humanoids, for that matter. But there's something about it. Everywhere else you've gone, Pilakka has dictated, there's magic there, don't touch that. Or there's magic here, don't touch that. And while you don't necessarily know, the compulsion, it's itching within you. There is this curiosity. It sort of scratches from within. You want to know. You want to be the first. If this is Akentepe, you could lay the claim to this. They've already called you the party leader. Several times even. What do you do here, Nef? Do you wait, or do you throw caution to the wind? Do you move carefully? What does this look like for Neferani?
Because she's the kind of person to go either goddamn way on this shit.
Oh, I'm rolling.
Oh no!
I'm gonna take a couple of steps in.
Okay.
To the room.
You break past the archway, and much to your surprise, nothing happens. Nothing at all. No explosions, no scarabs, no water, nothing. You can still hear them muttering behind you. You take a step in, and you're at the foot of the sarcophagus. Its craftsmanship is unparalleled. Even the other sarcophagus that you saw, while it was gaudy in its construct, this is beautiful. One of those paintings or the statues that you see that just take your breath away. This is for someone that meant something important to a lot of people.
It's Pharasma herself. Oh shit.
Hog.
That would be mind-blowing.
While they are all bickering, I'm just gonna kind of take all that in.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn around, which I can't, for some reason, I can't get my token, like it has the cog on it, and I can't get it to...
You may have to zoom in a little bit more. It gets a little weird from time to time. If you zoom in a bit more on your token, you can.
I just want to turn around and...
You got it.
Like... Well, there we go. I'm just going to go to the door and kind of stop there.
Okay.
And watch everybody. And if anyone tries to come in, I'm not going to let them.
Okay. Eventually, you grow tired of bickering with each other, of trying to determine what this water could come from. Why does my legs hurt? Man, my pinky hurts. This is all awful. Everything about this place is a big bag of suck.
I'm just remain quiet. I'm just listening. I'm like looking at this like, this is fun.
Abasi. At the end of the hallway, probably 40 or so feet, Neferani stands stoically, like a sentry, defiant to all who enter, almost guarding.
Abasi cocks his head in confusion and makes eye contact with her, kind of going... Well, what's in the room?
someone who somebody liked very much, and I don't know that we should do. I think we need to be better when we go in there, and I don't know. It just feels very loved, and I don't want to mess. I want to respect that room. I don't know why. I just do.
I shall wait here then.
Abasi starts laughing and kind of claps his hands. He goes, "Finally, one of you gives a shit about the dead."
I'm gonna go peek over her shoulder.
You see Xanjafar move up.
I'm gonna grab his pinky.
Holy shit!
Xanjafar, you begin.
Remember the dude in the bank? Do you not remember the dude in the bank?
You begin to peek
to
over.
I'm gonna roll intimidate.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And with feline-like grace and dexterity, she clutches onto your pinky and reflexively begins to bend it.
In yet.
Can I return intimidate back? To like
You can try.
You could try. That's the
you
tricky
by
thing.
the balls,
Xanjafar.
looking you in the eye. What is your countersuit?
Xanjafar, it's not happening. You can't seem to get your you can't quite gird your loins, my friend. When she grabs onto your pinky and hits you with that threat, that intimidation, the ears lower for the first time. The muzzle begins to lift, bearing teeth that you haven't quite seen.
I want to use escape artist.
You can try.
Never mind.
All right, he does like a little bunny hop.
If he pulls his pinky at all, like backward, if he makes any kind of backwards movement,
Okay.
I get it. I'm not trying to injure or like hold him. Just I was being more like super sassafras. Like no.
I'm curious. I just want to look in the room. I'm just being a curious cat.
But I'm the cat here right now.
Well, I am.
That's kind of where
loving-
she's at. She's feeling very like she's had a hard day. She just this is the stand she's taking.
Abasi, to you of all people, maybe Pilakka, if she was a bit more adept at understanding the region's deities, but for you, this is interesting because this is like this is an age-old learning moment. In the time, cats were praised. They were a gift from the gods.
We even found 2 of them in the entry room.
Exactly. And now, the sarcophagus is being guarded by Neferani. You're seeing a side of her that hasn't quite been shown. There is a little ferocity that lingers in her. The kitty is now a leopard, a panther. She is commanding.
And Abasi is absolutely loving it because he made a decision really, really early on when this group of misfits got together and everyone was bouncing off the walls and, you know, they were all over the place. And though she was the most like naive of the people in the room, touch and go with Jamara, she also had the personality best suited to lead the group.
Yeah.
She didn't have the most to gain for like someone like Donkor, who you couldn't necessarily trust because you don't really know him yet, and who knows, he could just sell you out at the end of the day. Or someone as weird and mystic as Pilakka, who you never really know what they're doing or who they're doing it for.
Right.
And we've seen Pilakka turn on people like that for ease. And obviously, Jamar didn't know what the hell she was doing at all. So he immediately looked at her and he went, well, if someone's going to lead us, it's going to be Neferani. But she's not, other than that moment in the bank, shown that backbone required to lead a bunch of hot-blooded guys in a dungeon. And now, for the first time ever, she completely humbled Xanjafar, put her foot down and said, this is what we're doing and this is how it's going. So Abasi's suddenly loving it because he's used to being in more of a military mindset, where he's got somebody who's stronger to tell him what needs to be done when he doesn't know what to do. And while she is physically one of the smaller members of the team, she's now taking that role. She's taking over. She's showing that she's worth following. And she's protecting the dead, which is a big thing for Abasi.
Yeah. It speaks to many of your core tenets.
Yeah. So he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it, even though the Pharaoh's bastard is getting the shit kicked out of him.
So what you're saying is you have a mini child right now.
Bossy in the microphone.
Semi sorta.
How are you? Very good. Donkor, look the other way, please.
Donkor, you would probably notice Pilakka as well that this stance has shifted in her. It's fairly dramatic comparatively.
Donkor is impressed right now. Realistically, the entire he's too worried about his own pain, but seeing that also inspires him to, for the first time, want to be led by someone.
That's good. That's good, Neff. You've commanded the attention of the room. The only one that has not necessarily disobeyed, but avoided the conflict is Pilakka. Pilakka has said, "Fine, I will stay here." What do you do here? Do you allow Xanjafar to back away? Do you let him bite into his own curiosity? Or do you finally turn to see what this is about? What does Misty do?
Are you muted?
Me. I didn't realize that was. For some reason that didn't register as to me.
Oh no, that's fine. All of that was to you.
I apologize profusely.
You are commanding the room. You have everybody's attention,
including me,
except Pilakka. Pilakka is the only one that has opted out as a neutral party and said that they will stay back. But for the first time, you can see that their regard is in your direction. You are looked at as a leader and no longer just a peer.
Okay. I think that we should shut this door and maybe tend to our wounds, our raccoon wounds, and go maybe have some rest before we proceed, because I feel like it's been kind of a long day and we've been bitten by things, and whatever is in this room and whatever is in the other room look like they're going to take a lot of energy.
Neff, if I may, while I am agreeing that we shouldn't pillage and rob the room, you do me one small favor and see if you can find out what the name of the dead person is. That could be very useful to us.
So I'm gonna not go back in, but just turn around and see, is it on the foot of the sarcophagus or anywhere? Is there any kind of indicator of who is in it?
Yeah, you are able to break past some of the dust just below the feet, which is typically a marker point where they would carve in older hieroglyphics, ancient Osirian.
Maybe I'll come a little closer, see if I can get a walk over her shoulder while we're doing this.
It's not something that you're familiar with reading unless you have a way to read ancient Osirian.
I have common catfolk and Sylvian.
Abasi moves up.
So.
He has expressed that he is capable of reading it.
I will point it. I will pointedly point this is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come into the room. He's 100% on your command now. But
don't read it out loud, short one.
Yeah, names have power and all I know. You sound like the guys back at the crypt. Oh, don't go into the dark sector. Don't read any of the names.
Does it say?
Understand.
Did you never listen to them either?
No, hell, I listen to them. What are you, crazy? The undead or batshit? Abasi will have a look at the name.
In ancient Osiriani, it says, "Here lieth the corpse of Akentepi, Gentramari."
So this is his wife, I think.
You were never given the name of a wife.
So Akentepi's his family name? Because he's General Akentepi, yeah.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
So, I just want to write this down.
Could General Akentepi have been a woman?
That was the
Totally.
thing that was getting up from the moment I saw it. It's one of those
seen
King Arthur
him,
things.
You guys saw him in the mirror, though.
Yeah,
right?
we know what he looks like, and he was definitely. I mean, well, that's true.
Did you?
Yeah.
did we say he, or did Bub say you just see Akentepe?
How do I spell that name?
See Akentepe.
Yeah, that is correct.
None of us said, what does Akentepe look like? Does Akentepe...
You know what, you're right, though.
Does Akentepe from the mirror look like Akentepe on the sarcophagus? Like at all? Like any resemblance?
There are some resemblances, yes. You understand that when they carve into stone or alabaster, it does seem to lose some of its shape.
But the Akentepe we saw was a man.
Predominantly was believed to have been a man. Exhibited no immediate features.
Ah,
But
how
the
do I
only
spell?
The only
How
thing
do I
that was
spell their name,
depicted.
just so I have this all written down?
I'll spell it out for you. I'll
Okay, yeah. I don't want to screw that up.
The person who, because Osiris, clearly long facial hair, masculine features, but
Akentepe had a plain face and was
Right.
wearing armor, correct?
had no facial hair. Was depicted in every picture as to be very broad, very strong, but never at once did I say it was a man.
Right, but with armor, you could hide any type of feminine curve or...
That's right.
Or boob.
Yeah, that's what that was
Or
this
boob.
motion. That was this motion.
hey, I mean, you can bind that stuff pretty flat.
I mean, Joan of Arc. I mean,
A lot of people historically did because
Mulan.
women got shafted a
Mulan,
lot,
right?
you know?
Make a man out of you.
oh, I missed the Disney reference. I need to leave the room. I'm out.
No, we can share.
Let's get down to business.
Suddenly it's gonna be karaoke night.
And I
I'm
think
down for this.
with this in mind, I think we will pause here. This is where we'll break away from this. This will be our night's end, where you have found the tomb of Akentepe.
Who was the chick surprise?
Yeah, yes, maybe.
What if that entire first sarcophagus is just an empty trap?
I think it is.
Or
I think it's a trap full of mummy.
Metagame, I thought of that like the second this door opened. I'm like, shit.
I actually didn't think that was gonna trap. I thought that
Terrible.
would be the significant other, and then the real tomb would have been somewhere else.
And maybe that's it because put the
Maybe.
dude or the other lady, or I don't know, ladies, men, lots of them in the other room.
In the details,
hey,
something that I think made you believe that Akentepe was a man was the fact that Akentepe was married to a woman and had 2 children.
And I keep looking at things historically human-wise, not historically fantasy-wise.
Correct.
and they are pagan, so more pagan religions are open to any type of marriage.
Yeah, and
historically.
if you do pagan rituals right, you can get pregnant through scissoring.
You can.
Yeah,
Actually, there's proof. I've seen it on video once.
twice.
Hog.
Fucking hog!
Poor Pog.
Right at the camera and delivered it deadpan as fuck.
Is that where
I've seen the
Babby comes
scissoring
from?
insemination video, yeah.
Because I thought it came from losing at a game of Wii Sports. So
Lord.
I got an
We've
8
heard this.
that proves that theory out. So we're good.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
this is where we're going to end this tonight. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to do our swift after show. It's probably not going to be a long one, just because I held them all over a little bit longer tonight, largely because we got a little bit of a later start, and I had to call stream early last time we played. So I wanted to kind of push them through to the sarcophagus. It is certainly a sense of success. But while I'm at it, I'll end this on the stream with everybody level up.
Ooh,
Bye, guys.
Finally.
Yeah.